Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 2023 has not been kind to Carrie Lake, and I have a feeling 2024 might be even worse because Lake cannot seem to accept the fact she's not that well liked, not as much as she believes, and just move on from her governor's loss. Her refusal to accept reality might end up costing her a lot of money and her attorneys. In fact, it could cost her millions of dollars because in June, Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer sued Lake for defamation. He had been repeatedly accused by her of working with others to sabotage the election. She's made statements accusing him of all kinds of things that have been completely debunked, completely proven false. Time and again, courts ruled against her. They found there was no evidence of wrongdoing, that he has done nothing improper. But Lake continued to accuse him, even at public events and in the media. And sometimes she would even hold up his picture. She would hold up his picture at these events, and then she would repeat her accusations to the audience. So Richer said her statements have damaged his relationships with his friends, with his family members, with political supporters, and he's been subjected to threats and harassment because of these baseless accusations. I mean, we've seen this with so many people. This is a Republican. This is one of her fellow Republicans. Even Richer's wife was verbally attacked at a work event. They had to call the police and they had to come and remove her. So Richer said he was forced to sue her as a last resort. He tried to talk with her campaign and make some sense of everything, explain where they were getting things wrong. It did no good. So Lake, of course, was trying to get this lawsuit tossed. Well, she just lost again. Shortly before Christmas, a judge ruled that the case has merit, it will move forward. The judge said Richer made, quote, actionable defamation claims, and that Lake's statement should be evaluated by a jury to be proven either true or false. And then the judge rejected one of Lake's arguments that she was just engaging in, quote, imaginative expression or rhetorical hyperbole. In his decision, the judge wrote, quote, the alleged statements in this case cannot be classified merely as descriptive language. In point of fact, defendant Lake's statements regarding improper 19-inch ballots and or the existence of 300,000 fraudulent ballots may be discerned by a fact finder as either true or false when considered in the light of any available evidence. So the judge said, the parties have to meet, they have to provide him with a scheduling order by January 19th. And you would think this might wake her up, right? Or seeing the judgment against Rudy Giuliani. Nope, no. After the judge handed down this ruling and said, you're going to trial and you are going to have to prove that this man did all of these things, or you are going to be found liable for defamation, for defaming him. Lake goes on Twitter and she continues to defame him. She shared photos of Richer and she accused him of suing her, quote, for revealing the corruption in the elections he administered. And then Lake also wrote that Richer, quote, has a bunch of Soros-backed attorneys representing him. This is about taking away our First Amendment rights and interfering in the U.S. Senate race. This case should have been tossed out of court. I don't understand why she's complaining, really. I mean, this is her chance. She wanted to go to court. She wanted to prove her case in court, and now's her chance. Lake can go and show a jury exactly how the election was stolen from her, right? The problem is she can't seem to get her hands on any actual evidence because all she has is wild speculation and conspiracy, which is why at the end of November, another judge had ruled against Lake in her request to review signed ballot envelopes. She wanted the ballot envelopes for early voters. Well, in his decision, Maricopa County Superior Court Judge John Hanna Jr. wrote, quote, the broad right of electoral participation outweighs the narrow interests of those who would continue to pick at the machinery of democracy. And then the judge also comically compared Lake's request to the villagers demanding the right to cut open the goose that lays the golden eggs. They want to figure out, oh, how's this working? How is this happening? So the judge said, quote, her goose failed to lay the egg she expected, end quote. If only she could cut open the electoral process and examine each of its 1.3 million pieces. She says she would be able to figure out what happened and show that the prize has been there waiting for her all along. And as with Lake, her attorneys could face some new consequences too. The State Bar of Arizona was just given the green light to file formal complaints against 3 attorneys who represented her in various election lawsuits. Attorneys Andrew Parker, Brian Blem, and Kurt Olson all face disciplinary action because the Arizona Supreme Court Attorney Disciplinary Panel found probable cause against them. And these are all related to her legal challenges for the election. Olson and Blem, you might recall, I reported on this a while ago, they've already been sanctioned. Well, now all 3 of these people, all 3 of these guys face a potential loss of their livelihood. According to the Arizona Mirror news outlet, though, they're going to be given a chance to enter a disciplinary agreement with the state bar before any court proceedings. So they may be able to just get a slap on the wrist, but they wouldn't be in this position if they were actually representing a legitimate person with legitimate grievances. But all of the courts have ruled these are ridiculous accusations and assertions. There's no merit. You have no foundation for this. You have no evidence. I mean, how much more do you need? It's unreal. Anyway, I'll let you know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it, become a subscriber if you have not. If you can donate or leave a one-time tip or a super thanks, it's truly appreciated. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.